And I have returned. Welcome back. For those of you watching the VODs, hello! Please do all the social stuff below the video, etc., etc. Today, we are continuing now that I have officially begun the making of the next level of science. Surprisingly, making it before finishing all of the previous tier's sciences. What is this life? Who is this playing this game right now? Hey, I've actually gotten the next level of science before getting all of the techs of the previous tier? What? Blasphemy. Sheer utter blasphemy. That's not possible. Not actually humanly possible. I'm just really not used to it because of the pie suite. I'm really used to the pie suite, and it's very different on timings and stuff. It's quite different on timings. So, what is the next thing that I need to do? Huh. That's interesting. 12. 12. Shoved, not. Something's a little wonky here. Yeah, something's a little off on that copper cable. Like, how is it not? Should be solid green light. Don't know. Something to think about later. But for now, I have other types of loaders. And those guys. And those guys to think about. Although I should probably have some standard grays. Yeah, just a full stack of standard grays to work with. What am I going to do? So, from here, I do want to pick up the flare stack. That would be priority number one. Absolutely, priority number one, picking up that flare stack. Because then I can have a consistent source of stone, a dedicated, consistent source of stone by electrolysis and the slag from the electrolysis, processing that slag while venting both the oxygen and hydrogen out of this. I'll need oxygen and hydrogen for other things later, but for now, I need a consistent source of stone. Now that I have transport science packs, I also am going to be able to get into robots and into rails. Right? I can officially get into robots and rails. I'm pretty sure. I can technically also unlock the next level of belt, although I don't have bronze. So that's a thing. I can also pick up all of this advanced processing of stuff and things. In particular, the silicon smelting, I think, is the important one. To cast glass, where is... I mean, this gives me the monosilicon seeds that are used for specific things, but where's the... Yeah, that gets used here. This is new, I think. This is a new tech. I know I've needed silicon wafers to get into transistors. Yeah. That is a very different icon for resin. Just want to throw that out there. Very different than what I'm used to. But yeah, I'm just trying to think where is glass, advanced glass smelting? That's what I need. Because what this is going to give is silicon ore into glass mixture, into molten glass, and then glass from that. Also glass fiber from molten glass, which is another thing needed for fiberglass. For other stuffs for electronics, yay! More things. Lots more things. Apparently sintering will be a thing too. So that is that line. Dang it, it's aluminium. Screw you. Screw you, game. It's aluminum. Aluminium. Why? Why do both these overhaul mods? Pie Sweet 2. It's aluminium. Both there and here. Alright. Advanced smelting is, I think, the next step. Alright. Individual ore sorting. I want to get into that. So I want to get into the whole mineral catalyst thing. What unlocks mineral catalysts? Here. Why? Oh, that's hybrid. Where's mineral catalysts? Here. Slag processing. Oh, hey. Slag processing gives me this. So mineral sludge is out of filtering slag slurry. Slag slurry is crushed stone sulfuric, slag sulfuric. We can also get that's it. So I will need sulfuric regardless, which means I'll need a source of sulfur. Oh boy. Source of sulfur. What shall be the source of sulfur? Sulfur processing. Hello. Welcome. So I have this, which is hydrogen sulfide, oxygen into sulfur, sulfur into sulfur dioxide, and then sulfur dioxide into sulfuric with purified water. That's pretty standard. Sulfur processing 2 can process acid gas into the hydrogen sulfide to begin the process, as well as this hydrogen fluoride, hydrofluoric stuff, sulfur dioxide, calcium sulfate. I don't think that's what I'm really looking for. Filtering for acid gas is another way of getting into sulfur for sulfuric acid, but I really need an initial supply, and that can potentially come from clean coke, because that's going to give a supply of the sulfuric waste water, and that can get processed into sulfur. My only problem is, again, that's a waste product, and how am I going to consistently consume coke to maintain a supply of the sulfuric wastewater from that processing? Sulfur. Good old sulfur. Let's see. So, hydrogen sulfide sulfuric wastewater purification, boiler power, but yeah, that depends on using the power, doesn't it? I don't think that the flare stacks and angels are able to void steam. I can search Steam and find out pretty quick whether or not it can be voided. This changes everything. It doesn't say what it's crafted in, but I think that is the flare stack. Yeah, that is the flare stack. Steam, sulfur dioxide, methane, oxygen, hydrogen sulfide. This is all the gases. Yeah, so this is the flare stack void. Which gets me to the point, why the F does the Pie Suite not just void steam in the flare stack for the... So in the Pie Suite, in order to actually void steam, you need to either cool it into water and void the water in a sinkhole, or put it into a much larger tailings pond that is scripted to release gas just as a void of gas. That's a thing too. But anyway, the question is, what are we going to work on right now? Well, step 1 is to get my science to my labs. That's step 1, is let's get the stuff to the labs, and use a line on my bus to do so. Very, very important to get this stuff brought up to the labs. On a line that's not currently being used. I have no idea precisely how large my bus is going to be. Well, we'll leave it at large. You heard today regarding space exploration, the robot attrition can be disabled by editing one line in the mod. Oh boy. This will be nothing by comparison to a Pie Suite bus, which also ends up terminating right around this time of getting logistic science. So, yeah, I think that the way I will just start designing going forward is, like, across all of my playthroughs and series and such, is to terminate my bus once I get into the ability to make rails. That's the other thing I need to be thinking about, too, is rails. Rails and lots and lots of robots. Rails and bots. I guess for the moment, though, in order to actually get into the bots, I'm going to need this next level of circuit. And to, like, get into a lot of the buildings that I need, I think I'm going to be needing the next level of circuit. So, I'm going to need to use the bus until my next level of circuit, and until I can get robots. And for the next level of circuit, I need lead. That is the key here, is I need to do processing of rubite into lead. Now, I want to use stone mixing furnaces, processing lead out of rubite, and if I'm trying to process 15, I don't think I'll be able to mine 15, but I would need 35 of these doohickeys to do that. I can make those. There we go. And then its mining speed is 200%. So I would need 60 mining drills to get 15. That's probably not going to happen on this. $10. I need thingies! I need more mining drills. I didn't happen to actually ever automate those, did I? No, not on this playthrough. I was quite lazy in the burner phase, obviously. Very obviously, I was not concerned. I was much better at everything in my Factorio series. Early on, I set up a really good baseline to work with of automated stuff. Speaking of the Factorio series, today's episode of that'll be going live later. For those of you watching live, if you're watching the VODs, it was already posted. I'm doing oil processing now. I have petroleum gas loaded onto trains. That's what I did. I decided that I was going to put the do the processing and putting the plates, the metal plates that I've already done. Just do that off screen. Just do the smelting, arrays, and all that off screen because it's very repetitive, right? I don't have nanobots on that playthrough, and I'm pretty adamant about not having nanobots on my Factorio playthrough. So, yeah, it takes time to physically build the smelting arrays by hand, as well as the train stations for those smelting arrays to bring in the ore and to take out the plates. I have set up iron and only iron, and I'm in the process now of right now after this next video of doing the copper and then stone, and then I think I also need like glass or sand. I need sand. I need silicon. We'll have to do silicon together, but I need glass. So much stuff. I need to get into the electronic components, which is going to need silicon. And oh my god, I had a look in Hellmod at the amount of stuff that you need for all of the science packs. Oh boy. Oh boy. I was like, I wonder how much stuff I need if I want 60 science per second of all of the sciences in Factorio 2. Yes, in Factorio 2. I had a look at it. I broke out all of the science packs into production blocks in one production line. Without productivity modules, mind you, and the final science pack is more than basically everything else combined. That last science pack is obscene. Absolutely obscene on that very final one. All of the rest are somewhat reasonable and a expected level of scaling up to that point, but that last science pack is just completely obscene. Completely obscene. The rest is pretty manageable. And it scales wonderfully, actually. It's pretty nice how it scales up. But that last science pack, holy god. Holy god. Like over 18,000 units per second of copper. Not even joking. By itself. So, yeah, just a little bit to get 60 science per second. Like, oh god. It makes doing the space science look like a cakewalk, pretty much. It's just a massive explosion of resource usage. I'm going to take a few of these circuits with me on my merry way. So I've built my mining drills. I now have more than 60, which is all that really matters, and I can now build out this rubite processing, which is what we're currently working on. I need a source of lead going forward in order to be able to make tinned or solder. Yeah, solder. That's the thing. Need solder to make the next level of science pack, or not science pack, to get the next level of circuits is the point. Let's shift a little bit. Hey, why did you place that like one tile off? It was off a tile. Let's actually connect these on the rear ends. Hey, tech. I like seeing tech. Would like to have tech happen more often, but right now it's like 1 per second on the various techs. I am, of course, going to have a much larger thingy at some point to shove all this stuff into. Chests. Chest. Chest. Gib. Gib chest. Gib chest. Where do they go? Chests! Warehouses. Silos. Did they ever fix the problem with the different styled silos? I wonder if that was ever fixed. So last year, which was the last time I played this, there was a problem with these specialized silos where if you placed them down and you picked it up again, it would give you back a regular silo. Maybe intended as a way of being able to revert back to a regular silo, but it's just a little weird, that behavior. Just a little funky. Why do I have I don't need 2 radars here. Why do I have 2 radars here? Probably a copy paste thing. So yes, I have put rubite in a rubite silo. Yes, I've actually done the thing. Why did I do this? Why am I shoving stuff into a silo? I am shoving stuff into a silo. That is nowhere near. Right, yellow belt. This should be half a yellow belt of throughput. Ignore the spacing. This is fine. I hope. I hope. Oh, belt. Belt is good. I like belt. Belt is good. Let's make sure. Always check the lights. Always check the lights on these guys. One of the best vanilla things that they could have done was add in the basically bottleneck mod functionality on mining drills. They all have the little light that goes yellow when it can't offload what it's holding, and it's red when there's nothing left, and there's otherwise green. Green lights is what you want to see. All green lights. This is why bottleneck no longer works on these, because they already have the lights that they need. Alright, well, with all of that sorted, I need a doohickey. Yes, a set of doohickeys. The dooest of hickeys. We'll go ahead and have those all placed out here. Apparently I have a few of these on hand. Not enough nanobot ammo. Oh yeah, that would be a thing to automate. That would be a good thing to do and have right about now. Nanobot ammo. Yeah, very important stuff. give me resources. I need resources. I would like to have the assembling machines and the electronic assembling machines too, and all of these seem to share resources. The same types of resources. Where's the repair packs? Here. Yeah, gear wheels, circuits. Plates, gear wheels, circuits. Plates, gear wheel circuits, plates, gear wheel circuits. Sticks, but that's plates. Plates, gear wheels, circuits. Yeah, it's just... if you have a line of plates and gears and a line of circuits, you can just automate so much stuff off of this. So that's what I'll be doing right the heck now. What am I doing to produce wood? So I am doing the Bob's easier method. I have Bob's greenhouses. So Bob's greenhouses take seedlings, make trees, and then the assembling machines will take saws and trees and make wood, and you have a 90% chance of returning your saw. Your saw is just iron by default normal. And yeah, I'm offloading, feeding back the saw blade, as well as filtering out the actual wood. And then some of the wood gets fed into the seedlings, and the rest gets put onto the lane line. That's how this all loops. This is the closest thing to the pie suite thus far. This is like the closest pie suite level of complexity that's in here. Just, it's a loop of stuff. Pie suite does a lot of that. But if I was doing pure angels, I wouldn't have automated wood right now. I would still be waiting a little bit because I would need arboretums first. I think I have them. I don't even have them unlocked, do I? No. I do. Basic electronic boards. You know, the stuff I'm working on right now. Those guys. Basic electronic boards, steel, iron, and stone. You would have to grow your trees in arboretums in base angels, and the tree recipe needs soil, a different recipe of tree seed, and water, of which the soil is mud and compost, so you would need to be getting mud out of processing viscous mud water from seafloor pumps, and you would need to be composting stuff to get the to get that ingredient as well. To make soil, I think you need some of that. Where is soil? Hello? Soil? Soil. Mud and compost. You can compost algae to get compost, and the mud comes from, well, viscous mud water processing seafloor pump stuff. Yeah, that is the hard way, not the easy way. That being said, just as a side note for everyone, Angels no longer requires Bobs. So, and there are settings in testing to make it a very complete experience that is, I guess, somewhere in between on complexity between Pie Suite and Bob's, right? So, standalone Angels is harder but not as hard as pie. Pretty sure that's the intention. It's closer to pie. It's sort of, and it's a more difficult experience than with Bob's. Just absolutely. What do I need next is the question of the day. So slag processing is very important as it unlocks very key things. I do need to get into these basic electronic circuits in order to actually do stuff here. I also need clay bricks, which means I need to do seafloor pump stuff. Which means I need explosive excavation. So where is my water explosives? I need those. This. Blasting charges. Yes, tile name, water. Used to build water. So that is going to need military science packs. I can do that with lead. So the military science pack is piercing round magazines, grenades, and walls. That is vanilla. That is pure vanilla. That should be iron, coal, steel, copper, and then firearm magazines, which I think is just, in this case, more iron and copper. So I don't even need lead. I don't even need lead unless the firearm magazines require them. No. In the pie suite, you can do firearm magazines out of lead, and the military science ends up being a pretty major expense on lead, but you don't use out particularly too much lead anyway, and it ends up being a good sink if you're doing military science. But why would you? Huh? Oh, right. Spacing. This is for this guy. There we go. The sockets! The glorious sockets. Alright, so now I have a whole bunch of stuff that can be made and automated here, including electric mining drills. I can just have a line of buildings, basically, because there's so much overlap between these. I will need a space. So let's see, those, those, from those, and those. Yes, there we go. And then what other things can I have in here? I don't know. Would like to automate these, but that's more stuff. Even more stuffs. But what makes things rather interesting is that I can then do a very similar setup to this. But I will have bots by then. I would hope. I would hope. Oh hey, pipe. Gear wheels. Circuits for the offshore pump. But I need seafloor pumps. Where seafloor pumps. Right there. Oh hey, basic electronic boards. We meet again. Oh yeah, and oil's a thing. Oh joy. Oil and gas processing. So you have options in Angels, just so as we're, and then I'm actually gonna get rid of all those and just place this like here. I really like Angels processing of stuffs. Actually, I know that's quite controversial. I actually like the petrochem stuff in Angels. It works well. is how I'll word that. It is very logically designed. I want a lot of those. I want just a bit of those, a few of those, and all the everything of those. It's very logically designed. Why do I say it's very logically designed? How can I tell? Because every single thing can be used for very specific stuff. So things like plastic, in particular. To get into plastic, you need liquid plastic. Liquid plastic can be made out of propene, a polyethylene liquid, which has changed its name, a phenol liquid, which again has changed its name, and formaldehyde gas. Essentially, you can get into plastic through all three of these methods using all of the outputs from your petrochemical processing. As you progress in tech, you can use more and more of your petrochemical outputs to make more of your plastic in the end. That's what I like about it. You don't have to waste. You're not forced to waste stuff out of it as you get more and more technology to be able to make use of all of those gases and liquids, liquefied stuffs. Anyway, yeah, this is going to be very much limited by the gear wheels. I would say, yep, very, very, very much limited by those gear wheels as we go on. But we'll let things accrue. Just give me all of the yellow belts at the very least, and we should be fine. And loaders. And splitters and everything, all of the everything. Just all of it. I'll have the lot. Let's go and start processing this lead for the solder for the electronic circuit boards. Now that I have all that automating and such. So, ooh, hey. Yeah, I don't have any more gray splitters on me, so let's just use the yellows. This needs to change over to Robite crushing. 15 to 15 and 7.5 on that. There we go. Needs power and also needs the this stuff to deal with the crushed stone. I'm actually going to have this up over here, I guess, this time. Of course, I will need to actually make these various things. Oh, hey, I have finished the tech. Oh, hey, coal processing. That would be great. Thanks. Wood processing too. That would be great. Oh yeah, yeah. These are good things. 20 megajoules from wood bricks. Yeah, those are good things. Those are fantastic. Let's see. Sulfur processing 2. I'm just taking text to take text at this point. I want everything. Notice how none of this thus far has been trains. Where's trains? Where's railway? After logistics 2 and engines. So let's tack on engines and logistics 2 onto that. Oh, hey, I don't actually have a, thingy. Oh, wow. Actually, I did have those. Interesting. Place thingy. Build thingy. Let's do this. And power. So this is voiding of the crushed stone out of this, leaving me exclusively with the crushed rubite out, wherever that is. Where's my crushed rubite? What? Where's, oh, here. Crushed rubite. There we go. What's up? Not much. I've been progressing today. I have done, this guy. I've got my belt and my belt stuff somewhat automated. I've got circuits. I've got shiny Bob's graphics, as well as shiny Angel's graphics, and artisanal reskins enabled, of which, of those artisanal reskins, I have disabled the circuit artisanal reskins, because I don't like them. And I now have circuit, I now have Science 2. The second of the Science. Oh boy, and more automation. If only I had the gear wheels. If only I had more gear wheels! Even more gear wheels, eating up all my iron. So, I'm in the process right now of getting into some glorious lead. That is the idea today. For right now. I want lead. I'm gonna place it here too. Why not? Probably gonna run out of gray belt for my inventory. Yeah, that's about what I thought and expected. Okay, so upgrade planner. Let's get one of you going from the gray to the yellow. Also from the gray splitter to the yellow splitter, and the gray underground to the yellow underground. That'll be great. Upgrade. Thank you so kindly. Don't really need, though, the, coal from there. Coal is going to come in that way. Place all the things and add power. This is so much easier having nanobots. Can I just make that clear? So artisanal reskins are, that's the one thing that I don't have on. I prefer the shiny Bob's graphics on the circuits in particular. So the circuits are shiny Bob's graphics, and everything else that artisanal reskins change are artisanal reskins. This is the one thing that's not, that I could not, I don't like in particular the color scheme used on the artisanal reskins for the circuit boards. Artisanal reskins have they put the most basic circuits as red for some reason. I don't know why. They're red, which makes me think of the second level of circuits. Red is the second level of circuits, not the first in my mind. So it's just too confusing. It's just too confusing. I'm okay with the style. I think the style is fine. I don't agree with the color scheme used in artisanal reskins for the circuits in particular. I much prefer this from Shinies. Shinies at least makes material color sense, because you have wooden boards being used to do basic circuit boards being made out of wooden boards. So the circuit board is wooden board. It's made out of wood, so it should look like it's made out of wood, and it is. It looks like that. That's a good logical artistic design choice for this particular type of circuit. And then the next level of circuit that I'm working on, the basic electronic board, or whatever the hell it's called. I hate the names of circuits and mobs, by the way. Just so we're clear on that. The basic electronic board uses basic circuit boards as its base. It's essentially an upgraded version of the basic circuit board, just adding solder and electronic components. Basic electronic components. So it changes the colors of the circuit lines on it from the yellowy to the blue on that, leaving the basic wood in place because it's ultimately from the wooden substrate. And then the next set of circuits are going to use phenolic boards, which are white, and it maintains that white color down the line for the substrate. It makes sense. Complete and total sense is made on these, on the color decisions. Ave redeemed stretch. Yeah, I could do it with the stretch. Yes, that helps. Stretch out. Always helps to stretch out. So, lead. I keep getting distracted. Let's get into lead. So that I can attempt to get this done by the end of the stream today. These basic electronic boards. I do need to swap over this recipe to lead, and that should pretty much be it. Oh yeah, rubber's a thing. Did you know that it took me a long time to realize you could just make rubber really, like you could make resin really easily and rubber really easily? Like, I looked at first at, oh hey, that's right, I remember this now. This is a bit of work for some of this stuff. Yeah, make me lead. Make me all the lead. All of it. Yeah, rubber. So last year, I did not use at all this mod, which is what is it really used for. Didn't really use this all that much, and I didn't really use Hellmod. I didn't use Hellmod. I think I had this at some point, but otherwise, oh boy, yeah. I was trying to figure things out for myself, and when I looked at insulated wires needing rubber, I was like, rubber? But you get rubber out of... All I saw was the liquid one, which was all this stuff, and like the bio rubber type stuff to get into rubber. This was what I thought was the necessary process to get into rubber. At first. I didn't know that this existed. It took me a moment. Just like it took me a moment to get resin out of wood in the this is a different building, but you could do resin out of wood. Took me a minute to realize that. Just a bit of time to realize you could do that way. For resin, 100 ethanol, 25 liquid. 40 liquid makes 4. Makes what? What? Alright, I know King Arthur works on this now among a team of folks. What? In what universe is that even remotely good? 4 resin plus 100 ethanol equals 25 liquid. It's 40 liquid to make 4 resin. I mean, I guess you're using it to get the fiberglass board, but... No? Like, there are other ways? There are other much better ways. It's like you're not gonna ever get your resin out of the fluid resin then. So the thing I'm getting at here is that if the liquid resin is supposed to be the primary good, better way of getting resin, why would you go backwards and have it be worse? Like, that makes no sense to me. It's it's dumb. It's completely stupid. Just no. No is that's my reaction seeing that. Just no. No. So dang, I usually have lead right next to tin. And that's not happening because tin is on the very end of a line, so this is going to be lead right here. Right, yeah. So nice getting into lead this way. How many is this, by the way? 36. Yeah, it's enough. It's enough. 5 whole lead per second. Yay. 5 whole units of lead. We are swimming in lead right now. I used to complain about the initial ratios on these, and then I started playing the pie suite, and yeah. This is generous. This is a very generous ratio of stuff. I am happy with it. I am very, very satisfied. But anyway, we can now begin the process of upgrading these guys. I'm going to be doing bots soon. Having bots and rails and all that good stuff. And a lot of stuff is going to get transitioned over once I do set up rails. That's all the lines that I'm currently using, I think. Still don't have that line of stone, by the way. We'll get to that at some point. Maybe. Okay, so the circuits. These guys. Solder plus basic electronic components. Solder is going to need me to bring in a source of fuel. A solid fuel, so that's the next mission. I need to add in the solid fuel line. I don't have that much belt, to be completely honest. Let's just have this right next to the copper, sure. This will just be my coal coming in. Oh hey, I have tech. Ooh, automobiles. Yes, please. Also, you know, rail. Oh yeah, I have to like look at these trains, the smelting and crawler and all that good stuff, and the petrochem trains. Because I made them all equal to each other. Did you know that there's a combined mod now that adds in all three types of trains? And like all of the warehouses and silos and the Jack's tank? You can at some point Angel put out these combined sets, and I'm like, okay. I wish I had known that. I would have told people to use the combined sets and use the combined sets rather than have this huge list of mods on my mod page for this. Because I have them all separate. That's how I've always had them. But no, they're all combined now. Bulk rail loaders is needed. Uh, transportation rail signals. Train supply manager needs the circuit network first. Lots of techs for rails. Anyway, let's get some coal coming in. There we go. There's my coal. Coming right on over. I could have split there and ran it, but anyway. That's the way I've done it. And that's the way it's going to be. So for those watching live, just a reminder that I have 2 polls currently going on right now. I want to know how people feel about maybe going on and trying to stream on YouTube. Wondering if you would actually watch if I were to try streaming on YouTube for a bit of time. Just want to get to know opinions on that, as well as opinions on YouTube memberships. What are YouTube memberships? Think Twitch subs. They are basically the same thing. They are a little different though. Just a tad different in that I can define what price they are. And I also get a bigger slice of it on YouTube than on Twitch. Meaning, I could make them cheaper and still get the same amount in the end. And they actually would unlock more emote slots than what I have now on YouTube. I would have more, and it scales faster with number of members. So it's honestly a better system than Twitch for YouTube memberships. The only problem is you can only use emotes on live chat. They don't actually let you use them in comments on YouTube. I am so sad that that is not a thing that is enabled. It's like, that seems like an obvious feature. Why would I not want people to use my emotes in my comments if they're members? Like, surely that can be a thing that YouTube allows, right? I would expect that, even. Like, why is that not a thing? Wish it were. But it's not, and I have to deal with that for now. So, in order to get into this, I'm going to need solder, which means I'm going to need solder mixture, and the solder mixture... Can I do it with these guys? No. That's going to need tinned wire, and carbon. Beautiful. Carbon. Out of coke. So, I was mentioning the sulfur wastewater stuff. Really? Three carbon, 2 coke, 1 charcoal. Charcoal. Wood pellets. So I could process wood into what I need, or I can just do it out of coal. I'm gonna just do it out of coal. I don't have a limitation on that. So if that's the carbon, I would also need coke. Coke is just a regular thing out of crushed or washed. This does not change the ratio. All that washing does in a liquefier is just give you sulfuric wastewater out of purified. That's it. It just gives you a source of sulfur. That's all it does. It's just source of sulfur. But since this is to get into circuits primarily and not my sulfur production zone, I will need to worry about getting my furnaces placed, doing that. You consume 1.5 each. You make 2. Which means 4, 3 into 4. Lovely. I need more. More. Bricks? What? What? Bricks? Alright. I probably don't even need this much, to be honest, at that ratio. I'm gonna shove this planner in to the game blueprints. So I have this. Yay. Things. I've got more bricks. Make me liquefiers. Oh, really? Liquefier 2s are enabled. As are electrolyzers. Interesting. Lots of stuff to consider. Alright. Yeah, that's gonna make 9 carbon for a second. Do I really need that much? Hellmod, tell me. You can tell me. Basic electronic boards. Yes, you. Say I want... Oh, I don't know. I'll be using those. Thanks. I would like to have the output of one of those machines. Ish. So that is 1 per second per machine. Alright, good to know. So I'll just do product input on this one and be like, hey, 1. Dub. Okay. 5. 5. 5. Sure. Sure thing. 1. 1 carbon. That's the extent of that. Okay. Good. I have like 4 basic circuit boards. The solder is going to be out of solder mix, out of that stuff in an assembling machine, standard assembling machine. Out of the whatever, doesn't really matter, same amount, same speed between those. So that's the build. Ish. I need that too out of those machines. One of those. Go ahead and pin from there, and we should be good. Obviously, I'm going to be using a fair few loaders here, but also just the carbon out of coke and steam. One building, okay, fine, whatever, and 1 ore crusher. Do I have an ore crusher? Yes. I have 19 ore crushers for some reason. So, I need steam from a boiler. Do I have a boiler? No. Let's get a boiler. Boiler also needs water, so let's get a, what I need. Stone! Of course. Of course I need stone. More stone is required. Let us do this. Head on up and over. So, I should have, actually up here, box of stone. Stones! I like stone. Stone is great. Gimme. Then, of course, I need more iron. Always. Always, always need the iron. Gimme things. All of it. All of them! Every last one of them. Alright, let's go and get this sorted in these last 18 minutes here. So that's going to be taking that. This needs the, excuse me, water. Do your thing. Do I really want that right here? No, I want it to be downwards. Coming from there. Yeah, and the reason is because I'll be going into all the rest of this pretty imminently. This needs to feed into two glorious electronic circuit thingies, or electronic assembling machines. I'll go ahead and have that gap there, making me some of the electronic circuits components. It's 2. Yep, making 5, and these will load into 1. Just like so. I could do another space and have it together, but bleh. Just bleh. You are going to need tinned copper wires. This is why I don't have them directly next to each other, because that tinned copper wire has to come from somewhere. It comes from a singular doohickey. Oh boy. From a singular doohickey! Alright. So if I had left this here, it would have been contaminated. You are doing that. You need copper cables. That is a lot of throughput for a single machine. Just gonna throw that out there. That is a lot of throughput for a single machine. Yeah, that's a bit. One more space to also use loaders. You'll also load from your copper, I mean your tin. Tin plus copper. Shared line? Shared line. Ba-ba-ba-doo. Yes, I know this is on the end. It means I'll have to do that, but bleh. There we go. Stuff! Feed. Feed the hungry thing. So. This is going to work just fine. Slamonite redeemed a friendly subscription reminder. Yes. What was that again? The friendly subscription reminder. So, the friendly subscription reminder is actually the ad break. So, this is, as I've just seen it now, this is a point in time where I will remind folks that if you are subscribed, you don't have to watch ads. So, as a friendly reminder, we are going to run an ad, a very short 60-second ad break. I'm not going to do anything particularly important, so let's run that right now. So for those of you who are subscribed, you're not gonna see the ad right now. I'll wait for the ad to finish and then talk about why it's actually somewhat important to be able to run these ads. So yeah, I've got 40 seconds of time to kill. See, the coke loads. The coke gets fed by the crushed coal. Yes, stuff, things. It's fine. Works. Works. Not efficient, but it works. It's moving. It's moving. It's moving. It's moving. Moving. So, we've got about like 10 more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and that should be the end of the ad break. So why is it important to occasionally run ad breaks and have this little gentle reminder? It's because for those of you who come in to the stream while I'm streaming, if I have run an ad break for the next 19 minutes and 40 seconds, you will not have an ad when you join the stream. It turns off pre-roll ads for a certain period of time after I have run an ad break for everyone. This will, as you might expect, it would reduce the number of people who immediately leave because they see an ad when they join the stream. I'm sure there are people who do that. It just helps people to stick around a little bit for those who are actually finding the stream and watching for the first time. So it's important to run them. I, generally speaking, have one scheduled ad break, and that is when I take my break. I run a 90-second ad break during a 3-minute break. 3-ish minute break. That way it doesn't actually break any flow whatsoever. And I have a channel point reminder. Yes, last 10 minutes. Goodbye, Slamonite. The channel point friendly subscription reminder is just to remind folks also that if you are subscribed, I see there's that number went up, so thank you for the subscription as well. Renewal, I would imagine, of a Twitch Prime. If you're subscribed, you don't see the ads either, so it doesn't apply to you at all. Also, if you're subscribed, you get channel points twice as fast and can then spend them twice as often on various things. So with all of that said, I now need to get solder and basic circuit boards brought in. Okay, the solder. The solder is next. Aww. Loaders. Loaders. This is in no way, shape, or form even remotely scalable. Can I throw that concept out there? I would like to throw out that concept that this is not scalable. So we're perfectly clear. Completely and utterly. Not built to scale. Literally, not built to be able to scale. But that's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna have a input and output. The output's gonna be 2 tiles away. The input's gonna be here. The output's gonna be here. This is gonna go down a little bit more. Outputting the solder. This is going to need a fuel source, unlike the other things. So, as I had been saying before the friendly subscription reminder ad break, this is able to feed itself crushed coal. Crushed coal has fuel, and then this is getting coke, which obviously has a fuel value in it, and going into the carbon. So, yeah, that's the thing. This is also the one and only circumstance where being able to take a output and feed it back in with a inserter that has an input and output port like that, it's the only time this makes sense, so that you're able to use the more fuel value dense resource. Just use it as your fuel. Anyway, let's do that and that. Have our beautiful, wonderful fangs of glory. Glorious fangs. Reverse fangs. So I need a shared belt of tin and lead. And I need the solid fuel, in this case, coal. So the solid fuel is right in there. And this stuffs... Oh, boy. Meow. I hear meow. Ollie? Did Ollie meowed? Hello, my Ollie. Pretty Ollie. The pretty, pretty baby. Yes, you're my pretty boy. Pretty boy wanted to come on my lap. Yes, hello, my Ollie. Ollie on my lap here at the end of the stream, towards the end of the stream. Out there, there. Yes, just my Ollie. Goodbye, Ollie. This is dumb. There. Success. Looks decent. It's all that matters. It looks nice. This will meet up with the stuff. The other circuits, which are here. Oh, right. Duh. Assembling machines. Standard assembling machines. It's 2? Yeah, so it's 1 each. Making the solder mixture from over here. So dumb looking, but it works. It works. And that's that. I think. There goes solder. Input solder, output the basic electronic boards. We did it! We got through basic electronic boards today. Oh my god, that is a milestone. The first real major milestone, I would say, is the basic electronic boards. So this is what is required to get a lot of the more advanced buildings that we need. A lot of the buildings that I need, honestly. Yes. Huzzah! Non-zero! Non-zero stuff. Yes, the BEB. The BEB. BEBs. Got my BEBs. Got my beautiful BEBs. This allows so much stuff. Oh, boy. Yay. So much stuff. So much beautiful stuff. I still need to get into that stuff. The water fill. Could I please? Water fill is blue, right? Blue science or mill? Mill. I need that mill science. That'd be great. Do I have all of the various railway techs? I would. Wow. Hello. Why is locomotive marked as 2? What? And why is locomotive mark 2 marked as 3? Huh? Probably a even more basic locomotive, maybe? Anyway, electronic circuit boards are the next major milestone, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Yes, better speed, acceleration, etc. I know about all of that. More max consumption. There's efficiency. Hey, by the way, there's the efficiency value that Train Supply Manager will divide the fuel value by before needing to refuel. There's efficiency. I want stuff. And I'm going to get stuff. Plastic would be nice at some point. Batteries would be nice at some point. I really don't know what techs to go into. Steel would be good. As with this one, I do need that for my individual ore sorting. That would be fantastic to get into the individual ore sorting. You can pick up this. Did this change? Oh my god, this changed. So in the past year, apparently they've actually made a thermal water extractor that's available to you earlier. Because previously on Angels, you would have needed all of those things to even do thermal water stuff. Now you can actually get it at a time where it's actually valuable. Ah, boy. That's nice, because, yeah, the blue science thermal water processing actually becomes viable to do significantly earlier to get a source of mineral sludge. Oh boy, to get your source of mineral sludge for the mineral catalysts. Okay. Okay, game. That's reasonable. That's very reasonable, actually. So blue science. So chemical science. Yeah, this guy. Hello. Sulfur. Sodium hydroxide, our good friend NaOH. Oh boy. Oh boy, NaOH. Engine units and the next circuit. Okay, that's a lot of work. I'm going to need more resources before I can really get to this. I'm going to need to do some petrochemical stuff to get into those electronic circuits. Uh, these guys, ECVs, because they're going to require transistors, which is going to require silicon wafers and plastic, and that's going to need me to go into the petrochemical stuff. The Angels Petrochem, glorious Angels Petrochem, and the liquid plastic stuff. Oh boy. Oh boy. So many techs, by the way, at transport science. I don't even have technically all of the automation science yet. But anyway, beginning to digress, let me wrap. Oh yeah, I can make a whole bunch of Mark II stuff now. That's fantastic. Hey, we can make assembling machine 2s. Officially, we can make these. Just bring my steel down that I have being made right now. Can also get lab research speed after this, and fluid handling. Hello. Hello, fluid handling. I like my barreling and unbarreling. That would be great. That would be fantastic. All the yeah. I want. Oh, hello, and bottled gas process. Wow. Sure. Yeah. That's good. Why not clear all Mark 1 things? You mean pick up all the rest of these techs? Or what? Not quite sure what you mean there. I want to get into robots and rails. Robots and rails. And hey, we've got oil here. And here. And somewhere there should be gas. Where's gas? Wait, what? I don't... Where's... My only gas is this nearby? Oh, joy. Oh, joy. At least I have oil. I don't have gas. That's sad. Two very completely different processes to process the oil and the gas in this. And you can actually go... You can go from gas to oil products, I think. I think that's how that works in Angel's Petrochem. Something along those lines. Or oil to gas. I forget. Completely forgotten. Oh boy, I'll have to, like, refer back to my old stream stuff for my setup that I used on petrochemical processing, because that's builds. That's actual builds to worry about. But anyway, we have reached the end of the stream. Just as a side note, speaking of a side note, even though my plan is to get into the individual ore sorting as quickly as possible, it's going to require me to tap into Givelite and process that, and I will need to do more advanced processing. So if I want to do iron ore, if I search for iron ore, the individual ore sorting from here is crushed sapphirite and crushed givelite, which I need to have. My plan is to have train stations loading up the various, I guess, crushed ores, because you don't use the not crushed versions for anything. You don't use the not crushed stuff. And then copper is going to be stereotyte and protinium, I think. If memory serves, yes. How do I remember these things? It's been a year since I've looked at this. Over a year since I've actually looked at this. This is fine. I have nearby stuff, but things like the tin ore, I think it's going to start using... Okay, so that sticks with crushed for tin, and lead should also stick with crushed on rubite and something else. Yeah, rubite and crucinium. So all of that is crushed, but once I start needing to get into things like cobalt and zinc and aluminium, that's where it's gonna start getting a little more crazy, because then I start needing to further process beyond just crushed, and I start needing additional different types of catalysts to get into the more advanced ore types. In this case, givelite, rubite, chunks, and these need uh, generally just purified water. The chunks are easy. It's beyond chunks. It's crystals that we start needing these different acids to get into the crystals. And yeah, and then the purified is just crystals in a purified, at least with givelite, but yeah, it's a thing. Tungsten, purified, Jiv, Steer, Bob, and hybrid catalysts. Oh boy. So, lots of various different types of processing that I will need. Lots of shenanigans can be had with modules and beacons to help out, to help reduce entity counts and all that good stuff. We're going to be doing a rail-based network, as well as robot mall. Maybe even a hybrid type setup on the rails with individualized robot networks to do the work in each area. It all depends on how quickly I can output robots, ultimately. But anyway, with that, I would like to just thank you all for watching, noting that we've made some significant progress today. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you have enjoyed today's stream and are watching the VODs on YouTube, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. You can, of course, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/otakushowboat, as well as support me on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you are so inclined and able. I, of course, will see you all on the next one.